Good evening, Talkin' Fight fans, wherever you are in the world. And tonight we are going around the world with Neil the Deal. Talkin' Fight tonight, we're going to highlight someone from the Philippines. Other than Manny Pacquiao, we haven't really talked about the Philippines that much. But tonight we have a very special episode on Albert Pagara. And Neil, what do you got lined up?
Hey, good evening, Graham. Nice to see you again. Thanks for having me out. Yeah, we're gonna talk about some Philippine fighters. So we did my five best of the Americas in the States,
Yep.
basically in the last week or so, and now we're gonna move to the Philippines, and we're gonna talk this week, the next 4 or 5 episodes about some of the new bright fighters coming out of the Philippines. And guys, as we all know, you guys are known for the fighting, love the Philippines. Obviously, Toronto Maple Leaf fans out there in the Philippines, you guys like hockey and boxing. That's that they go hand in hand. So we're gonna talk, Graham, about this kid that I've been looking at for the last little while, and man, he's you don't hear a lot of these guys, Graham, because a lot of their fights are over there in the Asian areas and different Asian boxing leagues and stuff of this sort. But he's recently been making some big headway into the title fights and stuff, and we're going to talk about him tonight, guys. So his name is Albert Pagara. That's Pagara. Uh, Albert was his full name, if I can speak Filipino now, I guess, would be Albert her Hologaram Pagara. So Hologaram. It's an interesting middle name. So I was like, all right, that's the first Filipino word I've ever spoken, but I'm trying. So guys, this kid out of your Philippines there is amazing. Around the world, guys, Talking Fight fans, Neil the Deal show fans, this kid's gonna really light it up in this year. So keep an eye out for him. He was born February 18th, 1994. Makes him 27 years old. He started his career in 2011, and he's fighting presently right now. And he's from a city in the Philippines called, I guess it's a Masin City. Graham, does that make any sense? Masin, Mason, Masin, Masin City, Philippines. So it's awesome. He fights in two weight categories: super bantamweight and super flyweight. All right, so he's not a big guy, but man, he packs a punch, and he's an amazing all around fighter, like a real up and comer that's got massive potential, just massive potential. So he also has a brother, interesting enough, that is a fighter. His name is Jason Pagara. So the fighting, I guess, is a family thing for them. Him and his brother. And as an amateur, he had a great amateur career. He won 10 gold medals, Graham,
Wow.
it's like a sporting event in the Philippines. It's called Pararong
Hello.
Pambansa.
Wow.
Uh, Palarong. Hey, I'm trying, guys.
Palawan?
Palarong. Pambana,
Okay.
Pambansa.
Don't
Pambansa.
worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, you know. So this is a big event, I understand, in the Philippines every year. It's an annual event. It's been going on since 1948. All right.
Wow.
So it's like really it's a really big thing out there. Um, it includes all student athletes from 17 regions in the Philippines. All right. So all the student athletes come and showcase their talents as young athletes, right? And it's still organized to this day. It's governed by the Department of Education in the Philippines, and they have a really cool motto. I really liked it. I was like, wow, that's really neat. Reading about that, guys in the Philippines. Their motto is discipline, teamwork, and excellence.
Can't
So
go wrong
this
there.
is
Can't go wrong at all.
this is what they're promoting through this Department of Education program, I guess, in the Philippines. And that guys, I hope you're having fun with it because that sounds really good. So, anyways, he was involved in that big time as a child, and then he decided to turn pro. So his pro totals to date are he has 31 fights, Graham. Right? He's got 30 wins out of 31 fights, 21 knockouts, and one loss. right? He's got a 68% knockout percentage. He's had about 156 rounds in the ring, 156 total, which works out to an average of about 5 rounds per fight. You know, so he's like I say, he's a real up and comer. He does have quite a number of fights. Obviously, he's still only 27. So he turned pro at 17. All right, and he's won a lot of fights, Graham, in spectacular KO fashion. So if you go and watch any of his fights, he's got some really and he throws combinations like crazy, and he's knocked out numbers of guys. So like I say, this is pretty much, other than Manny Pacquiao, I would say, which isn't really an up and comer. These are up and comers, but we'll talk about Pacquiao too a little bit, obviously. He fought for his first world title in 2014. So and he crushed the guy in the first round, winning by TKO, and he won the IBF International Super Bantamweight title. So that was really good. But then he suffered his first loss defending it, and he was injured quite in that fight. I was watching it, and they took him out of the ring, but he's fine, and he was cleared, and he was fine. But he only has that one loss on his career, and as far as I can see, he's gonna be a real big up and comer for the Philippines country and the rest of the world, Graham. You know what I'm saying? So we'll go over a quick notable fights for him if you guys want to check them out. Like I say, a couple that I watched today was Pagara against that Hugo Partida, right? And that was the one where he won the title. And Laria Gabriel Odai, Guyanese fighter, Pagara versus Laria Gabriel Odai. That was a really good fight too. So he's apparently the thing that's interesting is he has a date, Graham, set for a fight, an upcoming fight. So we're going to keep on top of this. It's April 3rd, 2021 in Dubai, in the United Emirates, their Arab Emirates, at a place called the Rotundo Caesar's Palace, Blue Water in Dubai. So I guess it's a big facility in Dubai, and they throw big fights there now and stuff. You know what I mean? So he doesn't have an opponent as of yet. It's to be determined. But I understand the fight is actually signed. So somebody's going to have to show up to fight him, apparently. So that's April 3rd. All right. We're going to see Albert Pagara live somewhere, on some channel, somewhere. He's going to be somewhere.
I'm sure
so that'll be fun. Like I say, guys, thanks a lot. The Filipino fighters there's a lot of them, Graham, that are really, guys, if you're out there listening, the Filipino people, God bless you all. Great fighters, great tradition, fantastic stuff. And these young kids are really going to make you proud. And I'm sure you guys will enjoy the rest of the week with the rest of the Filipino guys coming up, No,
you're going to focus on the Philippines for the rest of the week?
I think so. There's a few guys I'd like to talk about out of the Philippines, honestly, for the viewers around the world. And these guys are, like I say, Albert Pagara, man. He's a very 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 good fighter, and he's going to be moving up the ladder, guaranteed. You'll hear his name a lot. All right, you know what I mean. So right, thanks, guys.
I look forward to hearing more, and I'm sure the viewers do as well. I interrupted you. Sorry, you were going to say something there?
No, I was just going to say, I think that the Philippine fighters all around, if you look at over the years, they've had a number of really good fighters. So that's why I decided that was a region that we should probably talk about. And those people you guys out in the Philippines are fight fans, and I understand some of you like hockey and stuff. So I got to like you. Got to like you guys out there in the Philippines. That's it. Yeah. So I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. Appreciate it. Graham, thanks again for having me.
Yeah, my pleasure. There are Filipinos all around the world, and including my own household. I'm married to a Filipino, as you know. So I'm going to tell my wife to check your episodes out this one and the upcoming ones, because she's a big Manny Pacquiao fan, but I'm not so sure she knows anyone else who's fighting out of the Philippines. So let's keep them informed.
Yeah, that's it. We have to let them know that there are other guys than Pacquiao coming out of the Philippines, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, Manny's a really, really great individual. We're going to talk about him later this week, and just in a nutshell, I mean, he's a great ambassador for the country, and he does remarkable things for everybody there. So you gotta,
Absolutely.
in a nutshell, I have a lot of respect for Mr. Pacquiao. So, amazing what he does and gives back to the Filipino community is the guy's got a heart of gold. There's no doubt about it.
Absolutely.
As do
Thanks.
all Filipinos. I think all Filipinos, they all have a heart of gold.
All right.
Nice people.
Let's stop there.
Well,
Remember,
all right.
Remember, my wife's going to be listening to this. All right. Thanks very much, Neil. Appreciate it. And we'll see you tomorrow night, right? Remember, if you're viewing out there, like, share, subscribe. And if you are subscribing, to hit that notification bell to get those notifications from us to let you know when Neil the Deal's coming up next.
All right, Graham. Thanks a lot for having me out tonight. Guys, take care of yourselves. Thanks for watching the show. We'll see you tomorrow night. Talk a little more about the Filipino fighters. And have yourself a safe and enjoyable evening.